A lot of people have been asking me this question. Is Korea racist? And I'm definitely not Black or Latina or any of those other races, so I can't really speak on behalf of these people. But as someone who has a tanner complexion, my experience is complicated. In my personal experience, I didn't experience racism. I experienced like beauty standard discrimination, if you even call it that. A lot of times I would be in class and my teachers...
So far, good perspective. I don't know what this thing is on her hand. It looks pretty dope though. I like it.
Basically say, oh, this girl's so pretty, this girl's so beautiful, this girl has nice blonde hair. But for me, she'd always say, oh, you're really smart, you're really good at Korean. She would never compliment my looks, which is totally understandable, totally fine. I don't fit the beauty standards, so of course that's gonna happen. But also, the younger generation of Koreans are a lot more open-minded. They're exposed to a lot of different ethnicities, so they understand that there are different beauty standards everywhere. So a lot of younger people would think that I'm pretty. Now, you're wondering, why am I talking about beauty? It's because in Korea, people aren't necessarily racist, they're lookist. Like
Lookism in Korea is real. Super, super real. The lookism... CNN did a report about Korea. And do you want to know what the title was? Being ugly in Korea hurts. That was the title. Being ugly in South Korea hurts. And the article goes on to explain that if you look Korean ugly or just ugly, it literally hurts your chances in everything you do. Oh, but this is kind of common everywhere. No. In Korea, everything is much more intense. Did you know in South Korea, you have to put your picture on a job application? You must put a picture on a job application. The article again went on job prospects, relationships, even making friends. Everything is harder. Everything is much more harder in Korea if you don't look good.
Really care about your appearance. So appearance is a huge thing. In Korea, they won't treat you poorly based on your race. They'll treat you poorly based on how ugly you are. Skin tone is just a factor that they look at when determining how pretty you are. It's not...
Quick story. My friend, he was telling me, because people with brown complexion, they usually have like some complaints about Korea as well, about racism, right? I heard them complain about all the time, oh, they're racist. My friend has a friend from India, and he was in Korea. He said that his friend looked like a Bollywood actor. Very handsome, good-looking guy. And he said he had the time of his life in Korea. Time of his life. And then he said that's when he noticed Koreans, racist is really not the word. It's absolutely lookism. It's absolutely lookism. So, something to keep in mind.
Necessarily that they're racist, it's that you don't fit the beauty standard. But again, this is just my experience. It can be totally different for other people. I never experienced racism based on my race. I experienced it based on how I fit the beauty standard. The bottom line is, the prettier you are, the better they'll treat you.
That last sentence wrapped it all up perfectly. French kiss, Michelin star, three Michelin stars. Perfect how she wrapped it up. Now, you might be curious about my opinion when it comes to racism living in Korea. Living here for a very long time. Very, very long time. You will be surprised about what I'm going to say. You'll be very surprised. Tell you a quick story. I did my master's in Korea, but when I did my master's, it was all foreigners. Like every single foreigners, right? And the racism topic came up. And then the class looked at me, because I was the only black guy there. Only black person in the class. And they said, oh, do you mind sharing your racism experiences in Korea? I was like, sure. Because you asked, I will. And I said, I have had 0 racism encounters in Korea from Korean people. I've had a handful of racism encounters, but they have all came from white foreigners. Every single last one. Every single last one. Again, my experience. Now, Is Korea racist? Could there be some racist things? Absolutely. But I lived in Korea for over a decade. Lived in Canada for 25 years. Oh my God, give me Korea any day of the week. Canada? Racism? Canada puts on this huge show. Oh, multiculturalism. We're a melting pot. We're all together. True in a sense that there are it's very multicultural. The food, excellent. However, the racism, it's very undercover, which I don't like. Just tell me to my face. Just let me know right away. That's why people complain in Korea, oh, the job ad said whites only. I love that. I love when a job says whites only. You know why? Why would you want to apply there? Why would you want to go there in the first place? Wouldn't you want to know up front where not to apply? Because it's going to be there anyways. It's going to be there oh, it's taking a chance away from me. No, it's not. You don't want that chance. Not every chance needs to be taken. Not every chance needs to be taken. I would rather deal with Korea racism any day of the week. Back to what she's saying. It's beauty. It's lookism. Do you look good? Do you look good? If you look good. Now, do Koreans have preconceived notions and stereotypes in their head? Absolutely. I've had many of these conversations. Hey, the old ajushi, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Canada. No. Africa. And then I'll just explain. Oh, in Canada there's black people. Oh, Canada에서 흑인 사람 진짜 많아요. 진짜요? And they're surprised. And they tell their friends beside them, and they learned something because they really didn't know. Am I dealing with somebody who's racist, or am I dealing with somebody who is genuinely ignorant? I can deal with ignorance with someone who's ignorant any day of the week, because you can teach ignorism. I don't know if that's a word. You can teach somebody who's ignorant. You can't teach hate. The racism back home that I've experienced, that's hate because they know better. Koreans, they need some education. You can change their mind. That is the biggest difference when it comes to racism. And I have tons of stories, and I'll share them more throughout my YouTube journey. But she's absolutely right. It is lookism. You can be green and fall into their beauty standards. They'll love you. So, grab a gym membership, invest in some skincare if you want to, level up in Korea. Honestly, even for me, when I moved to Korea, everybody's slim, everybody's kind of in shape. Now that forces me to kind of, it's all about your perspective. But she's right. Is Korea racist? If you're asking me, I've never had any racism experiences. Never had any in Korea. Well over 10 years. For me. That's my experience. You let me know your thoughts down below.